Here with Coach Matt Daniel of Canton County High School football. And Coach Daniel, you put together a grueling week this week so far. It's not even over with. I guess it's over with for you guys as far as the football team is concerned. But you got this week going on Monday with the start of football camp. How did it go, and what were some of the things that you guys stressed during this week?
Big week for us. You know, we started camp week on Monday afternoon. Check-in was at 4. Then we went straight into media day, which is every coach's favorite thing to ever do is, you know, sit down and do that. But no, I'm just kidding. The thing is, it's an opportunity for us to come out and answer questions for the media, an opportunity for our kids to relate what's going on with our program through interviews and that sort of thing. So we figured we'd start that through camp and lead off with that. And we practiced Monday night under the lights. It was a great atmosphere, good for that. And Tuesday was probably our most grueling day. We worked out, practiced, and 3-hour break as mandated by the state of Tennessee, or TSSAA, and practiced that night as well. And Wednesday we had practice. We worked out, did our discount card sale, practiced that night, and then this morning we worked out, and then had our last practice. Very pleased. We grew over the camp. We're always going to deal with banged up people and people with little dinks and bruises like that, but we fought through that. Our numbers are right at about 30, and we hope to pick up some more incoming freshmen in Lion Camp on Monday, so we're looking forward to that. Yeah, big week for us. I know our coaches are tired, our players are tired. It's time for us just to have some downtime and go spend some time with our families and get away from football for a few days, and then hit the ground running, get ready for Huntland next week, and ready for first full week of prep for an opponent.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about you guys wanted to compete. That's what you had, you know, laid out the groundwork for when you came aboard, is that you wanted your kids to compete and to learn how to compete. And not only have they competed, they were very competitive, very successful in a Shelbyville 7-on-7 tournament. Then you turn around and you have camp, and one of the things that some of the players, you know, some of your leaders of the football team stressed was how serious things have become, you know, whereas, you know, it's not lackadaisical anymore. We've got responsibilities, we're held to a standard, and that's one thing that you've been preaching about, that you want these kids to grasp and get a hold of, and it looks like they're starting to get a hold of it.
Yeah, little things, I preach about little things. Sometimes there's a different school of thought on that if the little things will take care of themselves, the bigger things are the problems we really got to focus on. I don't believe that. I think you got to focus on little things. So as far as getting the huddle right, where we're standing at, little things, get it tight. And at first it's me saying that when I first got here. Now it's leaders talking, hey, get this huddle right, get the huddle right, get the huddle right. It's little things like that. And I think that's why we had as much success at Shelbyville as we did, is because we were able to do the little things. We weren't, okay, if we do the little things right, then if I focus on those little things, then my anxiety level remains pretty low because I'm focusing on doing the little things right. The big things will come if we do the little things right.
How is the depth chart of the team coming along?
You know, depth's getting better. We've had a few more players come out over the summer. I said about 30 players. For a 3A football team, you know, we got a picture on the wall over here. We've got in 2006, 45 players up there. Obviously, we want more players, but we can only ask so many times for people to come out. And we've had some people say, "Yeah, we're coming." Hadn't seen them yet.
Yeah.
So those folks obviously don't want to play. So we're going to play with the ones we have, and we have some very good core group of guys right here that go after it. Our freshmen had to step up a little bit during camp and fill some of those roles, and they did. So they have grown over this camp. Weight training is essential. I think that I stress that a lot. These guys always say, well, we do so much weight training. Guys, it's part of it. It's part of getting us ready, acclimated for the physicality of football. And I think as far as depth, that will come on down the road. But as far as depth right now, it's better than it was. But we could still use more players. And hopefully we get some more freshmen coming out as school starts.
Yeah, and you'll be able to hit the hallways and maybe recruit some other
Sure.
kids that are, you know. What are some of the, you know, I know that competition leads to starting and starters and stuff. I don't think you've really named all your starters yet, per se. There's a lot of competitive positions still available, isn't there?
There is. Yeah, I don't like having a depth chart right now, even though we've got 3 weeks if you count prep time for Red Bull and Springs. There'll be a starter named, obviously, before that week starts, but for each position. But I like my players to understand that you're replaceable no matter who you are, and that there's always somebody that has to step up. And that mentality has to come from if somebody gets banged up, can't go, injury or hurt or something like that. You got to play through being hurt a little bit, but if you're injured, we got to replace you because of necessity, because we want that person to get healed up and not hurt any or injured any further. But the ability to just, hey, step up with the next guy, and if I get taken out, there's no discussion about that. I'm getting taken out because I'm not competing in a high enough level. Maybe I'm tired. Maybe I've played too many times, too many snaps so far. So that's something that the coaching staff and I have to get together and realize, how many snaps can this guy go both ways? How many snaps can this guy take and be effective? How much are we losing him if we play him too many snaps? So stuff like that.
Coming into camp, of course, you were trying to figure out where your strengths and weaknesses were. Now you've gone, about 6 weeks into this, and you're about ready to hit August, and school's about ready to start. What are some of the strengths and what are some of the weaknesses that you're still having to work on?
One of the things when I first got here and met this team was that we had to push ourselves more. And football players or anybody who plays sports, part of a coach's job is you have to push somebody to the point that they think they can't go to. In weight training, we always try to do a +1 on our last set. And the kids are sitting there going, okay, I got +1, now I got 2, now I got 3. Now I'm showing coach I got 4 or 5 in me. Same thing translates to the football field. We have to push people more than they think they can do, because that gets them to the competitive nature. That gets them to the point where, okay, now I can play to a higher ability. Even if somebody across from me is a better athlete, I'm going to play with better technique. I'm going to play better because I know the formations. I know the plays better.
How is the discount card coming along?
Did a great job on that. I'm so happy with the guys. You know, we only had about 29. Some of our managers helped us with that. We did well. We did better than last year with less people. So I was really happy the community supports that. 1, it helps get you a discount. 2, it's our schedules on that. So I think it's something the community likes, and it's something that the football team here has been doing for a long time, and it puts some money into our program. And that money is being used for our pregame meals. It's used for transportation. It's used for helping us get equipment. Things aren't cheap. I mean, a football costs about $90 a game ball, and they're really expensive. And just to outfit a football player, there's a huge expense to that. I mean, you're talking about $800-900 for the practice gear and game gear and things like that.
Good deal. And these cards are still available?
We have a few left. The actual sale is over, but we do have a few left over. So if there's anybody out there that would like one of those discount cards, just contact us at the Touchdown Club page on Facebook, and we can probably still get you one of those. We have about 40 cards left, so if you need one, we can get you one.
Okay. A couple weeks before football season starts, you've got a couple of scrimmages. You're now into 2-a-day practices.
2-a-day practices are over,
okay.
And then we're going to go down to 1-a-day because school is going to get started. New teacher orientation, so a few, like myself, being a new teacher back to the county, I've got to do that. And we'll have some in-service days coming up on the 1st and 2nd. August 3rd is registration for a half-day. So our players will have to get back into school mode too. Plus, we also need to get back to practicing at 3-4 o'clock when we're going to practice, so we'll be acclimated to the heat a little bit better. One of the things that we did, we went late to avoid heat. That's fine. We had no problems with heat, but we need to go ahead and get started so that guys will realize how hot it's going to be for after-school practices.
Because one thing we see in football games is cramps a lot, don't we?
Well, we do, and one thing that I've stressed a lot is just drinking water before practice. If you start drinking during practice, it's too late.
Right.
You need to start drinking the night before and just get you one of those milk jug size things of water, and we'll be carrying them around the hallway. I'll be carrying mine too, because I don't want to pass out on the sideline. It's going to be hot August 17th. No matter what, it could be cool the first day, but that Thursday, but by Friday it's going to be a scorcher. It just always is when football season starts.
What do we have lined up in the weeks preceding the season opener on the 17th? I know we've got a couple of scrimmages lined up.
We have Huntland on August 3rd at Huntland. We scrimmaged them in the spring and talked to their coach, and we really enjoyed each other's competitiveness. So we're going to be doing that and maybe keeping an annual thing. So we're going to travel down there. That's going to be more of a controlled scrimmage, coaches on the field, and us trying to get a few fine-tuned things. I'm planning on doing all special teams. We may not do them live, but we will go through our special teams: punt return, kickoff return, and field goal, just because we need to go through that. Now, that may not, like I said, may not be live for the Huntland game,
right?
But by the White County game on August 10th, we're going to treat that just like game time scenario. The coaches will be on the headset on the sideline, getting our plays in and out, and just fine-tuning last dress rehearsal before we play Red Bull in the Springs on the 17th.
Kind of like your jamboree, I guess.
Sort of. For me, a jamboree, you only get the 2 quarters and you're out, and you play multiple opponents. It's been a long time since I've done a jamboree. Georgia, we really didn't do that. So I like the full game atmosphere. 1, you get all your players get a chance to play. 2, you get more of a game time feel for it and how long the game is. And you also have a little bit more control over it. In a jamboree, you're in and out, in and out, in and out, and you feel like you got to play for 5 seconds and you're off the field.
Can't find a rhythm.
Right. I remember as a player at a jamboree, it felt like we did all that. We went to Smith County, we traveled to Smith County, and we were on the field. It felt like for 10 minutes and we were off. So for me, I like full game scrimmages. Not that I'm against that, because Tennessee with luxury of having multiple scrimmages. And when I'm used to only having 1 scrimmage before the season. And then they just opened it back up for a spring game in Georgia. So before that, there was no opponent.
Right.
So Tennessee's a little bit more lenient when it comes to that.
Good deal. And the one on the 10th, that is here at home?
That is here at home, and like I said, we're going to treat that like a home game because we only have 4 home games this year due to scheduling this year. So that's going to be our last rehearsal before. So if guys are starting to cramp up a little bit before that, then we're not drinking enough water, we're not taking care of our bodies well enough.
We're going to be carrying around 2 jugs of water.
Right, 2 jugs of water around high school.
All right, well, good deal. Anything else that we need to talk about?
I'm just really excited about getting the season started. These guys are working hard. I want everybody in the community to know that your football team is working hard. That usually translates to success. There's no guarantees in life, but these guys, these young men are becoming stronger. They're bonding, they're buying in, and what we need from the community is for people to show us support by coming to our games, showing them support out in the community, patting them on the back, and letting them know that you support them by just being there, by just saying, hey, we really appreciate what you do.
All right. Well, thank you, Coach, for getting with us, and of course we'll be keeping everybody up to date as the season progresses with some more interviews and such, and we'll look forward to doing that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.